So, once again, I'm Bob, aka Hobear, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I do know that this is my first solo overnight out in the woods. I got my backpack on, got it all packed up, got my gear pretty well situated, I think. It's a beautiful day here, May 23rd, I think it is. And I'm in southwestern Pennsylvania, out in the backwoods, deep woods. And here we go. This is really the first major milestone, being out here in the woods overnight with just the crap on my back. So, and it is a beautiful area. Excuse me. I am on a trail. I don't plan on hiking too far because I'm still fat and out of shape. But the point of this, I don't know what that was. It just went up a tree behind me. But the point of this is to be outside. Get used to being outside more, and have some fun. So, take you along. I'd stop long enough. I'm also testing out recording while I'm walking. So, we're heading downhill a little bit here. I'm hoping not for too much elevation change today. I really haven't even scoped out this trail. Kind of just found it and decided to park and go on it. Ferns are starting to kick in. And so far been a very easy trail, and that's what I'm really hoping for. Hopefully I picked a good one to try. Oop. Little slick here. It did rain yesterday. I'm not sure what the etiquette is, but I'm gonna kick branches off the trail. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do, but that's what I'll do until I hear otherwise. To be honest, I'll probably, if I come to a steep decline or incline, I will probably not go it. I'm going to keep it easy to stop. Just find my trail legs. It's not the destination today, it's the journey. And a journey could be 50 feet. A journey could be, well, it's not going to be 50 miles. Well, that I can guarantee you. But, you know, it's going to be 5 miles. I said I don't have a goal today except to go and find some place nice to set up my tent, play around a little bit, just get some confidence. The leaves are starting to really peek out here. Not full force yet, probably another week or two until this becomes a green canopy. So still quite a bit of sun getting in here. It is a Monday in late May, so I don't expect to run into too many folks, if any. Next week's Memorial Day, so probably as the week goes on, more people will be out. But I kind of picked this day as, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. As if you don't know by now, you soon will. But yeah, kind of came out here so nobody could see how badly I do this yet. Except for you, you lucky dogs, you. I think it's too rough. Might come back this way. There's water sources back here. Though I have water with me. Probably more than enough. But it's always nice to, like I know what I'm talking about, but I believe it's nice to have a backup. Ooh, I hear a babbling brook. Not sure if you can hear that. But that's nice. That's where it's coming from. Like I said, it did rain yesterday. Not a massive amount, but enough, I guess. It is beautiful out here. Now, I have backpacked once before. I say this is my first solo overnighter. I have backpacked once before. My wife and I went backpacking many years ago when I was a younger man, and she was a much younger woman. And it was in this general area. Not right here, but within 10 miles of here, I'm sure. And we went for 2 nights. Really didn't know what we were doing. Took so much stuff. Took too much stuff. I carried today. I have too much stuff probably, but compared to what we carried back then, oh. I mean, I took a hatchet and a saw and extra clothes for each day. We went to 2 nights. So I had 2 nights of sleeping clothes. Why? I don't know. And 2 days of clothes. Plus enough food, I'd probably still be eating it. We won't be going up there because that's expert. But nice to see Hemlock Trail. Huh. And we are following blue blazes, by the way. I know on the Appalachian Trail that means something completely different because the AT is yellow blaze, but this trail we're taking here is a blue blaze trail. And it seems pretty well marked. See the one up there, I think. Oh, I got a stick in my neck. Jesus Christ. I was attacked by a tree. But I survived. And I just come to recently find out that, at least with the AT community, I don't know if it's common with hikers or whatnot, but Pennsylvania is known as Rocksylvania, and I can see why. Or maybe I can. Maybe I haven't seen why. Maybe this is normal, and what they're talking about is something completely different. But we're going to carefully step over this stuff here. I'm not sure if the mic's picking it up, but I can hear a vehicle off in the distance. Like a truck. Hopefully not mine. But like a truck, so we might be near one of these roads that crisscross this entire forest out here. It is wilderness, but it's also a working forest. And I picked up a couple pamphlets from a kiosk at the entrance, and I'll look them over and see if there's any interesting facts that I'm sure you are all dying to hear. Ooh, ooh. A little bit of mud I sunk into. All right. Oh, that is just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I've always loved the woods. As a kid, we used to go out and play guns, we called it. Come play guns. Which, I hope that doesn't trigger anybody. But when I was a kid back in the 70s, playing with guns was not as frowned upon as it is today. Because I'm old, so just tell me when I was a youth. And we'd play different scenarios out in the woods just every day during the summer. Get up, hit the woods, spend the day in the woods. And then when I got a little older, we go out in the woods and still goof around out in the woods, but mostly about smoking cigarettes and talking about all those girls we were dating from another school, of course. And but just hanging out in the woods. And then one day, you stop going out in the woods. At least I did. You get married, have kids, and then you're too busy doing stuff to come out and enjoy the woods. And I shouldn't have. And I know a lot of people don't, but I did. Got tangled up in working and fixing a house and swimming, and I'm not complaining. I love my family. Love having my kids. And who knows, I probably wouldn't have been out in the woods anyway. I just blame the kids because that's what it seemed to be. And then one day, my new wife, my second wife, current wife, last wife, she hates when I say my latest wife, but that's my last wife. Anyway, we decided we were watching Les Stroud. There, my first shout out. Survivor Man on Discovery Channel way back when. Back when it was a new show or a current show. And watched that, and I talked her into going backpacking. And we went, her and I. She had never gone backpacking, I had never gone backpacking, but we went, and we had a great time. Had such a great time, we are going to do it again. Can't wait to do it again. We went in April of like 03 or 04, and I mean, went and bought all the equipment and all of our equipment and all of your equipment and all of the next guy's equipment. And we went, and we had a great time. Exhausting, because we didn't know what we were doing. I think I don't think I'm exaggerating when I say probably carrying about 100 pounds. I was younger and much stronger back then. And we went and had a great time and come back and we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again. And we just never did. Never made the time. Never made the effort. Kept all the gear. Well, most of the gear anyway. And moved to Florida from Pennsylvania. Took the gear with it because, hey, I'm going to backpack in Florida. And, well, I'll tell you this, it's just too damn hot in Florida to go backpacking. I mean, it's hot all the time. And when it's not hot, well, it's always hot, so it's always hot. Just never made the time. And then we returned to Pennsylvania a couple years ago. And really hadn't given it much thought. We still had the gear, but I hadn't given it much thought. And then the world events, I'm not going to mention them, but world events caused me to watch a lot more YouTube. And I stumbled across, and I'm not going to mention his name because I'm going to be emulating some of his videos soon. But stumbled across it and watched all his videos, and he has probably close to 100, if not more. And watched his videos, and then started watching other camping videos, and started watching other survivalists. I don't mean, you know, super prepper stuff, but guys who like to go out in the woods and be prepared out in the woods and be able to, if something happens and they lose their backpack, I'll use that as an example. They're out in the woods and they lose their backpack, and the only thing they have left is a knife and a lighter and minimal gear. They can survive, and they show you how to do that. And like I said, I am not in any way a prepper. I am not preparing for the zombie apocalypse, but I'm clumsy. You never know when I'm gonna lose my damn backpack. I kid you not. I think about it, or get lost, or bump my head, or something stupid. This way, I'm going to practice some skills that I learned, and I'm going to show them to you. Don't turn off. Like I said, I'm not preparing for the government or any such stuff. I am preparing for my own stupidity and bad luck, because I had a lot of that in my life. I'd like to know what kind of tree this is. If you see this video, let me make sure it's on the viewfinder, huh? You can tell me what kind of tree that is. I'd be much obliged. Because it looks neat. And any tree I can identify, besides a pine, I can identify a pine tree. There's a couple over there. But I think I can identify a birch tree. I think that's a birch tree. The only reason I know birch tree is because Les Stroud taught me that you can light birch bark even when it's wet because of the oils. So I now know about birch. On my part, I thought I lost my, I guess you'd call it a mid-layer, but it's my coat. Thought I had dropped it somewhere, but it just shifted on me where I couldn't feel it with my hand, which is good because it was a little chilly this morning, and I don't feel like I'm going to need it tonight. So it's only going down in the 50s, but still it's going down in the 50s, and I'm wearing a t-shirt and a short sleeve overshirt, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need that mid layer, because unless emergency calls for it, no fire tonight, because I believe there's a fire ban, or at least during this time period, you're not allowed to have a fire without a permit, and I didn't get a permit, so, which I don't think I'm gonna need a fire, and we should be all right. I got a stove to cook my food on, and I did not get much sleep last night, so I have a feeling I'll be in bed early, and especially after walking these 50 miles today. So, but I should be tired tonight, so I shouldn't need a fire. Well, I'm not going to need a fire. It's not going to snow or anything. So I should be good to go. But definitely needed that coat. I would have turned back and looked for the coat. So, but I got it. So, break over. It says been pretty level. There's been ups and downs, but nothing which you would call gaining or losing elevation. It's all pretty much looked like this, or the opposite, up a little bit, but nothing too strenuous. Trust me, I'm not climbing hills or forging gullies, because what goes up, yes, will come down, but what goes down will go up. And I'm going to just try to keep it on a level pace. If I see a big descent or anything like that, there's plenty of places out here. I am going to document this, like I said in the previous video. If you've watched that, and if you haven't, please go back and watch it. Thank you. This videos are about accountability. I make this video showing you what I've done and what I'm doing and what I continue to do and what I hope to do. And if I make a statement like, for example, and I'm not making this statement, but next month I'm going to take the 120 some mile trail from Cumberland to Pittsburgh. Well, if I don't do that next week, y'all could be trolls and light me up why I didn't do that, or why it's not there, or what's going on. Because I need that in my life. I need someone to hold me accountable and go and get off your ass, Bob. You said you're going to do this, and you are. So, this looks like a pretty big decline, or decline. How come it's decline, but it's not incline? It's incline. Huh. Anyway, not too steep just yet, but I said I'm not following this down into a gully. I will continue on for a while, but if it's going to be too much before I get too far, I will turn around and find me a nice comfortable spot. It's still early. I got plenty of daylight, but the tent I have, I've only set up once to waterproof. I thought about doing a video about that, but I could not imagine literally watching, well, it's not paint, watching silicone dry. So I didn't, but when I set up the tent, I can probably show you what I did. And for accountability's sake, I will not always be taking short little hikes, setting up and just hanging out. As this summer, well, this spring, we're still in spring, as this spring, summer, and autumn progress, I will be taking longer bites out of the forest and loftier goals, and I am hoping in August to hike a 120 mile trail, but it's a rails to trails trail. But I hope I don't fail. Yeah. Anyway, it's all flat. The total descendancy, I think, is 400 or 800 feet spread over 120 miles. It was where the railroad tracks were. And I am hoping to hike that in August. And nothing serious. I'm not gonna, but I have a couple of health things I got to get taken care of in June. And of course I have to get into shape, because if I hike 20 miles a day, that's a 6-day trip. And right now, I probably could do, if I really pushed it right now, 10 miles a day, and that's on a flat surface. I don't know why I'm not walking. On a flat surface. So that would take me 12 days, and that's not good. So I gotta, my goal, besides getting out and getting under the stars and out in the sunshine and breathing the fresh air, is to build up my endurance. Luckily, my the medical things I have to get done are not on any hiking intensive body part. Full disclosure, it's on my eye. And then it'll put me down for a couple weeks where I can't see. But who needs to see when you're out in the woods? This is the backpack I bought for that trip with my wife all those years ago. By the way, remember I said about the bugs not being too bad? Well, that was a lie, because they have really come out. But like I said, of all the problems to have, something I forgot, bug spray, I'll survive. So anyway, here's the front or the back. I don't know how you look at it, but this is the outside layer of the backpack. I'm not going to open it up just yet because I just got to pack. But here's my coat I was telling you about. And then there's my sleeping pad. Yeah, it's a big one, but oh, is it comfortable? And I'm a big guy. I'm sorry, there's my sleeping pad. It's a big one. But I'm a big guy, and I tried a couple different ones, and this is the only one I liked. So it's a little bit heavier than I should have for a sleeping pad, but for that kind of comfort, I'll take it. You can comment on my backpack there if you like. You can comment when I set up a tent. I want all your comments, critiques. Try to do it nice. I admit in the beginning of every video that I got no clue what I'm doing. So that being said, telling me I'm an idiot, kind of redundant, I think. So, but all right, I'm gonna throw this pack back on my back and head on down the trail. And next stop will be for lunch. Hopefully find a nice little quiet place I can sit comfortably and cook up my lunch, and I'll show you what's going on then. For the comedy effect, I should have recorded me putting this backpack on by myself without the aid of my tailgate of my truck. Quite interesting. Quite comical. Perhaps next time. Just for shits and giggles. So, backpack is on. I believe I've got everything with me, including every damn bug in this forest. Alright, so first bit of gear I'm going to show you today, because I'm going to make lunch, is I got one of them cheap Chinese cooking sets. Contains everything. Well, this didn't come with it, but it's got this. I'm going to call that my coffee cooker, which I'm not making right now. I bought this at Walmart. Just a silicone clasping cup. I don't know if that's going to be a permanent addition or not. And then got my gas. Fits in here. And again, I don't know if you can see this stuff or not, but then I got, so anyway, here's the small pot. And it's, I forget how many ounces this is. I think it's 2 cups. You've seen them on Amazon. If you're on Amazon, you've seen them in different colored handles and whatnot. They're cheap. I think I got this for like 12 bucks or something like that. But then this is here. This holds over 24 ounces. And this model, by the way, is Odenland, is the brand. But it came with the cup. The cups, the pots, whatever, mesh bag, stove in this plastic case here, electric stove. Four prongs. I can figure out how to do this again. Oh yeah, those go out. And what I didn't know when I bought it was that it's self-igniting. So that's good, but I did read that the self-igniters don't last long, but I've tried it several times and it's worked. But I always carry lighters. No, I don't smoke cigarettes. You'll notice I said cigarettes. Okay, we're hooked up there. And here's my food for lunch. I'll make sure I don't forget that thing there. But for lunch, and I still packed way too much food. But that's okay. For lunch, I have, that's the snack bag. For lunch, I have couscous. Alrighty, there's the assembled stove. And if you recall when I just said that I heard they don't work, and I said I've had nothing but trouble with it, well, I turned off the video and of course had a little bit of trouble getting it lit. Again, no stress. I got lighters all over the place. So getting it lit would not have been a problem, but it's first time every time until right after I say that. So I gotta stop jinxing myself. But anyway, there is my lunch. Herbed chicken couscous with chunks of white meat chicken in there. I also got, I was talking about gear, I didn't mention, I got a titanium spoon and spork set. Let me try that again. I got a titanium spoon and spork set for like $8 on Amazon. Lightweight and a long-handled for those Mountain House meals, of which of course I have one for breakfast tomorrow, by the way. I'm going to cook that up in the morning if we survive the night. Anyway, so I'm going to eat lunch, and I'm not going to show you me eating because, well, it's disgusting. So I'm sitting here eating lunch. And again, I'm having the couscous, herbed chicken couscous. Very good. First, I believe because I'm at a higher elevation, I should have added a little bit more water. I added the 1 1/4 like I called for, and you can tell it just needs a little bit more water. Not bad, delicious. And it could use a little hot sauce, but then again, everything I eat could use a little hot sauce, pretty much. Or maybe a bouillon in with the seasoning pack. But other than that, it's good. I said, needs a little salt or a little hot sauce, a little more flavor. And so just a little bit more water. But I have a question for you. And please let me know in the comments. If I made too much food, and I'm going to eat all this food because I don't know the answer to this question. But what do you do with the leftovers? I can't put this in my pack because it's couscous and chicken. Do you leave it out for animals? That doesn't sound right. Do I put it in my garbage? Then I got to carry around food, which wouldn't be a big deal for, for this overnighter. But what about when I'm on the AT and I'm going to go, there's sections that are 5 days in between garbage cans and resupply. I know I shouldn't make this much. And again, I've had this before at home, and that's why I think the altitude's affecting how much water it needs, but also it filled me up. And like I said, I'm going to finish it because I'm not going to waste it, and I'm not going to put it out for the animals because like I said, that doesn't seem right. But what is the proper thing to do besides eat it all or don't make as much? I got that. Leftover food, is there an answer? Please let me know. All right, well, lunch is complete, and cleaned up. I did eat everything in the pot, and I am stuffed. This is where we cooked and ate. All back the way it was. This is where a bag was, or I'm sorry, a backpack was, and where we disassembled and assembled everything, and everything's cleaned up. No garbage. I didn't find any either, so I can't leave it better than I found it, but it's a nice spot. Very nice spot. And now we're heading into a little bit of a tunnel. I'll step down here and see the big old clearing. How interesting is this? How interesting is nothing. Because there's nothing here. Though that looks like a, could have been a structure of some sort. I don't know, let's go around the bend here. Outcrop Trail. Ah, that's the, this is where the bikes, remember we saw that earlier. This must be where it pops out. Neat. There's that big ass boulder I was showing you earlier over there. Huh. Let's just go see what's around here. Like I said, big open space would be good for setting up. I'd be happy with it. So, the road is explained, I think. It actually forms the border between the state forest, which we've just gone through, and I guess we're still on, and then the other side of the road that if we'd have continued forward, we'd have crossed, is a country club's private hunting ground or private shooting. It says there's a sign back there, and if I can figure it out, I'll post a picture of it. But it basically says regulating shooting group and then the name of the country club. I'll just think it, but there's some signs right there. And there's another one down there on the tree. And another one further down. So actually, this might be the border. Instead of the road, now that I see the signs, if you look, there's like a straight line, like following like down right here. And it looks like this is the border, because you can see there's a clearing, kind of a straight line clearing. So this must be the country club property. But at least the road kind of makes sense. Goes back to that field. I wonder if they have like hunting parties or hunting. When I say hunting party, I mean like hunting soirees. And back there is the clearing that they have Hordy Orvies and Champagne. Alrighty, we're finally getting back here to the clearing. I gotta figure out what I'm doing up here. I think the clearing's my best bet that way. I don't worry about anything, just set up, find me a flat spot, and set it up, and chill out. Now, This uses those trekking poles that I carried and didn't use because I didn't need it. It was such a easy course, easy hike. So I would normally use the trekking poles, and so that's a weight saver on its own. So there's the trekking pole in the front. There's the front. I gotta open up the zippers and show you what's in there. Underneath there, you can see I have my ground cloth there. It's just a sheet of Kyvek. It takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 spikes, 8 tent stakes, 4 in the corner, 1 on this guy line, so I can find it in the video there. So okay, 1 on this guy line here, 1 on the rear guy line, 1 on each side vent. This is a single walled tent, but it does have these vents. Apparently condensation is an issue, and this is supposed to help alleviate it by giving you some breathing. The front, like I said, I'm not going to open it up yet till I figure out what's going on with that back corner back there. But the front does have, of course, the doors, and it's got the mesh as well, so you can open to have some ventilation. We'll see how the temperature is and how my comfort level is tonight. I am on a slight incline, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. But I'm going to turn this off here and figure out what's going on with this corner back here. I have a feeling it has to do with this pole back here, its placement, and how high I got it extended. Okay, that's exactly what it was. I had to take out this back guy line, raise up the trekking pole, and that pulled that corner right out, and I just felt a sprinkle. So there it is with the flaps open. It is starting to sprinkle just a little bit, light misting. So I'm going to shut this off. I will give you an inside view once I get my sleeping pad and sleeping bag and all my other gear safely in there. Let me show you real quick before I go any further. I did waterproof this. That's why it was set up on my porch. Well, I had set it up before, but it wasn't a real setup. It was just cheater setup. But I sealed all the seams because this tent, which was $56 on Amazon, usually find them around $60 on Amazon. It is River Country Products. I can't really show you the logo there, but I'll make sure I get that. But it's an inexpensive 2-person tent, and as you can see, you could probably fit 2 normal-sized people in there. I'll be able to bring my backpack and all my gear inside comfortably for the price. I mean, there are some very expensive backpacking tents out there for $600, but I look at it this way: if this lasts me a couple months and I gotta buy them, I can go buy 10 of these and still be less than one of them $600 backpacking tents. And there is my home for the evening, for the night, for the morning, for the next 11 hours, because I don't get up early. Oh, there. Let's do that way. So, got the tent set up, and just in the nick of time, because it started to rain pretty good. So, good test on the first outing with the tent. I know I look kind of weird sitting like this, but I'm laying down. I don't know. Let's compromise. We'll do it this way. So far, no leaks. Knock on wood. Everything seems to be holding up. I still have the front open. No water's getting in. The one front peg be in the back of where you saw did pop out. I got to get out there and put that tent stake back in. But even with that, everything seems to be holding up. And the rain sounded fantastic. Let's see if I can do this. See if that's any better. Yeah, I think that's a little better. The rain sounded fantastic, and so far everything seems to be holding up. Like I said, I got to fix that one tent peg because you can see it's kind of screwing up. I'm trying to watch my language. It's screwing up the vent. It's not popped out all the way. But like I said, it's not really affecting things too bad. I am going to get it fixed. All right, good morning, folks. I didn't do any more videoing last night because I was tired. And it was raining, and it's my first time doing this. I was getting things organized and trying to figure stuff out. And had a couple, not issues with the tent. The tent's fantastic. I'm really happy with the tent, but it's real rocky here. I didn't get the stakes in right, and the whole setup was a learning experience. I now know what to do to make it better. But like I said, the tent itself, bone dry. And it rained on and off all night. And the only water that was in there is water I drug in myself. So that worked out very nice. Sleeping pad was fantastic, better than I had hoped for. I was comfortable. I was warm. I used my sleeping bag as a blanket. That's how good my sleeping pad was. I didn't need to have anything wrapped under me. Every time I had to get up to, I adopted a tree, and I had to water it a couple times last night. And so every time I got back in, I warmed up real quick. Not a problem at all. Got down in the mid 40s, I'm pretty sure. It felt pretty cold. This morning it's about mid 50s. It has stopped raining. I did get my, let me flip this here around. I did get my tent and everything tore down. I'm all packed up. I am ready to head back to the truck. This is where the tent was. I've fluffed up the grasses as best I could. First time the sun comes out. There'll be absolutely no trace. I made sure I had all my garbage. There was one piece of garbage I could not account for, and I searched high and low, and here it is in my backpack. So all pieces of garbage are accounted for. I already made myself breakfast and had that. I thought I had dumplings and or biscuits and gravy for breakfast. I thought that was the Mountain House I grabbed, but actually I grabbed chicken and dumplings, and that was fantastic. And cup of coffee was fantastic. Really needed that coffee. I did not end up eating dinner last night. That big lunch that we had was enough. I had a little snack of yogurt cranberries last night, and that was good enough for me. So this is where we were. Once again, there's the big field. I did walk down there, and that thing you see in the middle is a cement thing. It's this big cement flat. And then that thing a little bit further on is a pipe coming up out of the ground and bent sharply down, so it's a vent of some sort. So this might be there might be a gas line here. If you look coming up here, there's a disturbance that comes up here. So this might be a pipe or a gas line, or maybe it was a mine. Not a gas mine, a gas well or whatever. Could have been a mine they're venting. I don't know, something industrial or whatnot. Which kind of blows my theory that this was a gathering place for the Illuminati's hunt club. So no eyes wide shut parties down here. So, but there's where we're headed. That's back to the truck and back to civilization and back to whatever's back there. And here's me, backpack on. And I did do another sweep after putting my backpack on, and I have left nothing behind. Now, I have not seen one bit of garbage since getting here, so I can't leave it better than I found it. But I can leave it just as nice, just as pristine. So be rest assured, if I see any garbage along the way, I will pick it up just as I spoke. Look here. Oh, bring it over and get it. couple of pop cans. So I did find garbage. So I do get to leave it better than I found it. That's a nice little quinky dink there. So there we go. Just up and around the bend up there is where we had lunch yesterday. So it's funny I didn't have lunch far from where I camped, even though I did walk a couple of miles past it following that road. Yeah, I just got a couple more miles to go until I hit the truck. So if anything fascinating comes up or anything comes to mind that I want to talk to you about, I'll come back. If not, I'll see you at the truck. The end of the beginning or the beginning of the end, but here's the end. This is the end, my friend. There, big yeller, big bird, oh yeller, big yellow truck. I don't know, we haven't picked a name yet. My granddaughter likes Big Bird, so we may just be calling her Big Bird. But we made it back alive through the wilderness of southwestern Pennsylvania. I want to thank you for joining in. I want to thank you for checking out my channel, checking out this hike. I had a blast. I know it wasn't the most exciting, and that's good. I'm not looking for exciting. The most exciting thing that happened is I scared a bicyclist. It rained and I stayed dry, and I saw, I think, what is bear poo. Other than that, boring and wonderful. Boring and wonderful. So I'm going to close this trip out, get this pack off my back, get in the truck, and head on home. And if you have any interest in what I'm doing, if you like this video, please like, comment, please comment, criticize. And if you're interested in how my journey to the Appalachian Trail and beyond goes, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. This is only my third or fourth video, and I'm already asking for subscribers. But hey, I'm really hoping that you'll follow along on my journey. You'll help me out by telling me what I could do better or what I've done wrong, and also encouragement. A long journey ahead of me, and I'm hoping you'll follow along. So until next time, this is Bob, aka Bear. Take it easy.